We are going to talk about required practicals and titration and electrolysis. So, required practicals are the experiment that students should be able to plan, carry out, observe, process result, and evaluate error. Key experimental Key experimental skills. Independent variable, that variable you change, the dependent variable that you measure, and the control variables kept constant to make the experiment fair. Okay. Accuracy is how close a measurement is to the true value. Okay, and precision is the how close repeated measure values to each other. Okay. Repeatability is getting similar results when same person repeats the experiment using the same equipment and method. Okay. Reproducibility, getting similar results when experiment is replaced by a different person or using different equipment. Random error cause reading to vary unpredictably. Reduce them by taking repeat and calculating a mean. Okay. Systematic error is shift measurement constantly in one direction. Repeating measure does not remove the systematic error. Okay, that's the important thing. Improve the method of ca- calibrate the equipment. Okay. So what is titration? Titration, we just use one solution here. Okay, we will slowly put some a drop by drop into the solution and then see if there is a color change or something is changing. Okay, titration is the method to determine the concentration of unknown solution by reacting with the solution of known concentration. Okay, operators is you can see burette, pipette filler, conical flask, volume flask, funnel, indicator, and white tie. Okay. Important terms. Standard solution. A solution is a known concentration that we know. Okay. Tighter the volume of the solution delivered from the burette. Endpoint at which the indicator changes the color. Okay. Titration procedure: rinse the burette with the solution that will placed inside it. Fill the burette and remove any air bubble from the tip. Record initial burette reading. Rinse and pipette with the solution being measured. Use the pipette to transfer a known volume, usually 25 centimeter cube, into conical flask. Add a few drops of suitable indicator. Place a flask on white tile. Add a solution to form the burette while swirling the flask. Near the endpoint, add the solution dropwise. Stop when the indicator undergoes a permanent color change. Okay, record the final burette reading. Okay, so calculation of titer is simply final reading minus initial reading. For example, final reading is 0.2 centimeter and sorry, initial reading and final reading is 24.8. So we will simply subtract each other. Okay, so that will be 24.6. Concordant results. Results are considered concordant when the titers are very close together. Okay, commonly within zero point 0.1 centimeter cube depending on the specification. Using concordant titers to calculate the mean. Titration calculation. Calculating of moles. N is equal to Cv, where N is number of moles, C is concentration, and V is volume. Remember that 100 centimeter cube makes 1 decimeter cube, and therefore 25 centimeter cube will be equal to 0.025 decimeter cube. Okay. Now use the balance equation. For example, ACl NaOH give us NaCl plus H2O. You can see the ratio is 1 to 1. So if 0.00250 moles of HCl reacts, then N into NaOH will be 0.00250. Same, because the ratio is always same. Okay. Always make sure the volume is in decimeter cube, not in centimeter cube. Most of the students they make those mistakes. Choosing an indicator. Indicator must change color closer to the equivalent point. Indicator could be acidic alkaline color. For example, methyl is red when acidic, yellow when it's alkaline. Phenolphthalein is colorless and pink in alkaline. Strong for strong acid and acid strong titration each can generally be suitable. For weak acid and strong alkali titration, second one is usually appropriate. Accuracy and titration. Why rinse the burette with a solution? To prevent water left inside the burette from diluting the solution. Why rinse the pipette with the solution? To prevent the residual water from diluting the measuring solution. Why not rinse the conical flask with the solution? Any remaining water in the flask change the total volume but does not change the number of moles. So substance delivered by the pipette. Why white tile? So it can help us to easily see the color change. What is electrolysis? Electrolysis is we take anode and cathode with the use of battery. We can separate negative ions and positive ions. Okay. So electrolysis is decomposition of ionic compound units using electricity. An ionic compound must have mobile ions to conduct electricity. Therefore, ionic compound conducts electricity when molten or dissolved in water. They generally do not conduct electricity when solid because ions cannot move freely. Okay. Electrolysis vocabulary electrolyte, the molten and aqueous substance through which electricity passes. That is called electrolyte. Electrodes, the conducting rods placed into the electrolyte. Okay, cathode is negative electrode in the electrolysis, and positive ion cation moves toward the cathode. Okay, reduction occurs at the cathode. Cathode is equal to reduction. What is anode? Anode is the positive electrode in the electrolysis, and negative ions move towards the anode. Oxidation occurs at anode. Anode is equal to oxidation. Useful memory aid. Panic. Positive anode, negative is cathode. Okay. Electrolysis of molten ionic compound. Consider molten sodium chloride. Na is positive whereas Cl is negative. Okay. At cathode, and sodium will go gain one electron and becomes sodium metal. Okay, this is reduction because it gains electron. Chlorine ion lose electrons, so will 2Cl2 will lose 2 electrons and become Cl2 gas, and it will go in air in the gas form. If we want to collect it, we can also collect it. Okay. Electrolysis of aqueous solution. Aqueous solution electrolysis is more complicated because solution contain water as well as ion from the ionic compound. For example, copper sulfate has Cu, copper plus 2, sulfate ion, H plus ion, OH minus ion. At cathode, copper are preferentially reduced. So copper plus 2 electrons will give us copper metal. Okay, copper metal is deposited. What happens on the anode? Hydrogen ions, water are preferably oxidized, producing oxygen. Okay, they on anode SO4 ion will not go there, but OH ion, and that will result in oxygen production of oxygen, water, and 4 electrons. Therefore, cathode copper, anode we have oxygen. Electrolysis of copper sulfate using copper electrodes. Okay, this is an important practical. Electrolysis electrolyte is CuSO4. Electrodes are copper electrode, cathode. So copper will be deposited on that. It will gain 2 electron and becomes copper anode. Copper will be loose into the solution. Okay, dissolve in the solution. What happens to the solution? The concentration of CO2 remain approximately constant because copper's ions are removed at the cathode, are replaced by the anode. Okay, the principle is used electroplating or copper purification. Electroplating uses electrolytes to coat one metal with a thin layer of another metal. Okay, copper, for example, copper plating a object is connected to the cathode and copper electrode is uses. Okay, Cu, for example, copper sulfate, so Cu will be deposited on cathode, and that will electroplate over object. Okay, why electroplate objects? Improve appearance, prevent corrosion, increase durability, improve surface properties. That's all about it. If you want to take online classes, you can contact us, and please subscribe to our channel.